Green's Monitor, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder that we do live here on this channel at Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark down your calendars and make sure you join us for lots of fun going on. We got the cats, they're sleeping. Calendars. And the wife's working today. So we got another thing going on in the background. Sorry about that, everybody. So as we're waiting for everybody to start into the chat, okay, let's do our first reading. Okay, so we're gonna look at AIOZ. So AIOZ. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Good morning, Steve. And there's Domino in the background saying hello to everybody. Hello, Domino. Oh, here we go. Saying hello. You got to sit down. Okay. So we're going to look at AIOZ. First off, Domino always likes to sit on my lap while I do readings. I guess he likes the energy of the whole thing. Okay, so this is for AIOZ. So it seems that they're hung up on a lot of things, but they're ready to move forward after kind of figuring out exactly where they want to fit into the cryptocurrency world. Okay, I think they're a little lost at the moment right now. Okay, so this is really affecting the price. There's some type of balance thing going on with AIOZ as they're trying to figure out where to go next. Of course, everybody's watching Bitcoin right now, and the more legacy coins going on at the top 100 coins. So that means the price is going to be a little lackluster as compared to Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Chainlink, okay? Because those are going to be the new coins going forward, okay? And we have the people not within the organization, that is, not understanding exactly where to go forward with their project. So they're going to be a lot of fluctuation within the team itself. Okay, so that was AIOZ. We got some people coming in. Good morning, Patty. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, so the people that have sent in requests prior, don't get too pissed off. So let's look at OKCash. Okay. And we got some good questions in the chat so far. Russell has a really good question that we're going to get to very, very soon. Okay. So we're looking at OKCash. So looks like OKCash is okay. Okay. I think the price is going to be a little lackluster for the next little while. They're going to have a lot of victories within their organization going forward. But the people aren't feeling it at this moment. I think there's a moment between, okay, of whatever they're going through right now and what they will become. So they're going to have a lot of turmoil within the team itself going forward. Okay. The price, it's like everything else at the moment. Well, not everything, of course. Bitcoin's doing very, very well, as well as XRP. The other coins are kind of following along like a Bitcoin is that big magnet going forward. So they're not really going to get any huge traction for their project for the next little while, as most attention's on Bitcoin for this moment in time. So that was OKCash, something that's doing rather well, but it's just waiting for the bigger cryptocurrencies to do their thing. Okay. Hello, Peter. Thank you for telling everyone to smash the like button. Yep, that's a good word of advice. Okay. So the next one up is MBL. Okay. Somebody was asking about that. And Elon Musk was in the news, I believe it was this morning, that he's not going to sell any of his cryptocurrencies. And of course, he didn't mention anything about Dogecoin, but he says he's not going to be selling any of his Bitcoin for obvious reasons. Okay. That was the big news story around Elon Musk. And of course, there's a lot of stories around him that he may be Satoshi. You never know. Okay. So let's look at MBL. Okay. So MBL looks like it has the right mixture. It has the right mixture of people. There's a lot of celebrations within their team. They've been given a new lease on life, basically. And we got the 10 card, which is the end of a cycle, as if you've been watching for any length of time. For the price, I think it's been a little lackluster. And I think it's going to be one of those that's going to be shooting up quite a bit. Okay, so if you want to get some, okay, Domino. What do you got there? Okay, he brought me his little ball. There you go. Getting back to MBL. The people that are involved with this one are doing fairly well. Some little mishaps that they have to get through for the next little while. And after that moment in time, within the next 3 months, I think they're going to be really taking off with a lot of the other cryptocurrencies that are out there. Hello, Domino. Every time I tape, he wants to play when I'm by myself. Usually he's following Mom around and bugging her. So that's okay. So one more from the big list, and then we'll get to the chat. Somebody was asking for a update on Bidao. Bidao. Okay. Some good questions coming up. So this is for Bidao. He's rubbing his head on my microphone here. I have a really nice microphone off to the side here. And he's marked it as his own, so it doesn't belong to me anymore. So let's see, Bidao. They're going through their troubles right now. Okay. A lot of things they were hoping for are not going to transpire for whatever reason. They're ready to charge forward, but the money is not reflecting the amount of money or amount of work they've been putting in at this moment, as a lot of the things from the organization itself are coming to light. Okay. and this is going to be switching things up a little bit within the team itself. But the money will be there in the next little while, within that 3-month period. But everything seems to be very, very good for them going forward. Okay. So just somebody in the chat asked me a question. I got a little distracted, but Bidao is going to do just fine. It's probably going to get reached at above that dollar. I think everybody was asking about that in the next year or so. Okay. So that was Bidao. Let's get to the chat here. Somebody, Michael, was asking, are you Canadian? Yes, I'm Canadian. And do I speak French? Unfortunately, I don't. I have a very French name, but unfortunately, I never had the opportunity to learn French. I probably know more de Gallo because it's spoken around me a lot, or Low German, which is my wife's family. More so because I hear that more often than French around myself. Okay, so that's that question. I wish I knew French, but I don't, unfortunately. Let's get back to the chat here. Let's show that. Haha. Digital Named was asking, hi, Andre, can you look at 2 coins, please? Zilliqa, which rocketing at the moment. What is the range it will hit in 2022? 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5? And Audius, will it hit $5 in 2022? What price in 2025? That's a fairly big question. Let's start off with the Zilliqa, which is rocketing at the moment. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. How can I put that into a question? Let's ask if it will get to that $5 mark in 2022 for Zilliqa. Okay. It's a coin that I know is going to be skyrocketing quite a bit because it fulfills a market niche in around Taiwan and all that, the Asian market. Okay. So let's have a look. Will it reach that $5 mark? So in 2022, it's not going to get that. It's going to come close, but not quite. Okay. Because it starts to ramp up and something happens and it starts to decline for whatever reason. Okay. So it won't get to that $5 mark. Let's see if it even gets to $1 this year, which I'm hoping. Okay. Will it get to $1? I think it's just going to be under that dollar at the most. Okay. At the most part, it's going to creep up there and kind of wibble and wobble around that $1 and a little bit below that dollar in the next year or so. Okay, hopefully that answers your question on Zilliqa. It's one of my all-time favorites. Okay, let's look at Audius. Will it hit $5 in 2022? Okay, so Audius, will it reach that $5 mark? It doesn't appear to be so for this year. Yeah, there's quite a bit of a struggle going on with that organization in the near future and today. Okay, from today to the end of the year, they're going to be going through some trials and tribulations as a lot of cryptocurrencies go through, and probably won't be reaching that $5 mark quite yet. Okay. What will the price be in 2025? Probably a little above $3. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question on audio. Okay. So let's get rid of that. Let's have a look at Russell Rose. Good question. Hopefully it pops up here. Okay, when will the Canadian media start reporting the truth? They already are, but in a really weird way. There was I think it was a W5. We were at my friend's house the other day for coffee after we went for sushi. It's been a long time since we've gotten out and did sushi. And they're starting to say that the government wasn't stringent enough on the things, okay? Because doctors were yelling at the government to do more, which is ludicrous because, well, we won't get into that. So they are already starting to, okay, on that other topic, the old topic that's kind of gotten away. It's going to get to the time very, very soon where they're going to have to tell the truth because it's so obvious. But they're going to twist it in a way, okay, where it's going to make not the politicians as the bad guy, but as somebody else was the nefarious one. So they're going to do this flip, okay, on who to blame for everything. Now, for the war going on right now, good old Joe Biden doing his thing, and I think it was Europe he did, or it was Poland. He was talking, and I won't get into that at the moment. Hopefully, people are going to see that the whole media is a bunch of baloney, which I've known for years now. That's why I don't watch it religiously. But they're going to have to because the evidence is so great that you can't really cover it up. The only way they can do is spin it to make it look like one side is not as bad as they actually are and start blaming somebody else. So the new thing will be they'll get to blame Russia for everything because they can't defend themselves. So in a weird way, they are telling the truth now, but it's going to get more and more as we go along. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Cult. Okay, it's an interesting question. Milk Dud. Andre, can you ask cards if CULT.DAO is made by Rousey Shiba Inu team, or if it does well? Okay, well, the first question is it made by Shiba Inu? Okay. So this is for CULT.DAO or DAO. I'm getting the feeling that it was not Shiba Inu team that was working on that. It could have had, it can have members that used to work for Shiba Inu, but the current ones aren't working on it. It could be former members of Shiba Inu. That's what's coming up in the cards. That happens a lot. If you know any of the programmers and stuff, they go from project to project, and they might have already been with Shiba Inu. So that rumor would persist. Does it do well? Okay, that's another good question. There's a lot of coins coming really fast and furious out there. Are they all going to succeed? No. Okay. In fact, many of them will probably fall off the face of the planet, or they'll merge with other projects. Okay. Or rebrand themselves. Okay. will it do well? I believe it will do well. It will find its niche area that it can fulfill in the greater crypto sphere. Okay, so it will do well. So if it's at a nice low price at the moment, I don't know what the price is. Don't know anything about this cryptocurrency. Might be a good time to buy at that low price. Not financial advice, of course. You do what you want. But if you are going to buy these cryptocurrencies, make sure you keep them in a nice, safe location like a Trezor wallet, which you can get in my link in the description, which is on my website now at psychicreadingsbyandre.com. Okay, it's actually gotten to the top of the search engines finally. Yay! So when you do psychicreadingsbyandre.com, it's after all the ads. It's the first one that pops up at the moment. It might go flippity floppity from page 1 to page 2 for the next little while. That's normal for new websites that come up. So make sure you click the link in the description to make sure you get there. Or hopefully it's still in the #1 listing on Google. Okay. So we got another one here. Hello, Andre. Love your show and demeanor. May I please have a portfolio reading, please? No problem. Hey, Domino's quieting it down. He's sleeping. Yeah, I mean, the wife went out the other day. We're purchasing a brand new computer, iMac, I believe. Should be here in 3 weeks or so. So you're going to see a little bit of a difference when we get it all set up and stuff, of the quality of video. And we're playing with the green screen features of Restream. So might have some big differences in the next little while. And a computer I can actually do a lot of better work on. That's because my old laptop is slow. Okay, it's over 11 years old, so it's showing its age. So that's a new thing coming up for everybody. You'll see my wonderful face, but in better quality. So let's look at co-creating's portfolio. It seems that you went for cryptocurrencies that you thought you might make a huge amount of money, not really knowing if they were going to last. Okay, a lot of people do that, and a lot of those I don't think is going to last, unfortunately. So it may be a good time to reconsider those big 6 coins that I always talk about. At least have some of those in your portfolio. Okay. And if you already have them, awesome. Maybe start to add on to them. That's what me and the wife have been doing in the last little while. Okay. Oh, co-creating gave me a $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you, sir. So maybe you might want to look into more of those legacy coins, which are Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, XRP, Bitcoin Cash. Any of those coins in your portfolio will probably spruce it up a little bit better for you. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Robert S. Okay. Bring it up on the screen. Hi, Andre and family. Would you answer the question of my portfolio? Will it go into the 6 or 7 figures this year? Okay, that's a good question. If you have some of those big coins I keep talking about, yes. If you don't, I don't know. Let's have a look at the cards. There's a whole lot of changes going on around the planet. And I'm hoping everybody here is paying attention. I'm going to move my screen up a tiny bit so my chin's not cut off. Okay. So will he get into the 6 or 7 figures? There's a female energy that comes with this, and I think she's struggling against your ideas at the moment on what you are putting in there, but the success is there. Don't lose hard on your cryptocurrencies, even though they seem to be falling a little bit more than you were expecting. I think you have some good picks in there, and you're going to have a really good celebration in the year or two. Okay. Yeah. So if you got those 6 that I keep talking about, 6 or 7 that I keep talking about, you'll do just fine. And many of the other cryptocurrencies that will survive. Some of them won't. Okay. 5, 10 years from out. But you can make some good quick cash from a lot of the smaller coins. But you just got to know when to pull the trigger. The ones that I keep mentioning, those are the long-term keepers. Okay. Um, and then there's some that it's quick cash. You get in, that does its rise, pump, and the dump. Okay. You can make quite a bit of money doing that as well. Me and the wife are just more concerned on getting cryptocurrencies that we know are going to last the test of time. Okay. And just get them and sit on them. That's pretty much our mantra around here. And we keep them in our treasure wallet. Keep them nice and safe. Okay. Let's see. Rosie's, well, I'll throw it on the screen here. Hi, Andre. I've got no Zilliqa. Well, okay. Would I wait or try to buy some? It depends on how good at cryptocurrencies and knowledgeable of cryptocurrencies that you are. Something like that, if you're unsure at the moment, make sure you don't buy it high, buy it low. Okay. I think there's going to be a moment in time where it's going to go low. So if you're wanting to get into Zilliqa, wait for when it drops off in about a month or so, and then buy it and wait for it to go up. Buy it and just sit on it. But if you're not quite sure, okay, and you're just guessing and you don't have the skills at trading and stuff, I would just get into the Bitcoin, the Litecoin, the Ethereum, and all those. Okay. Instead of learning this new way of doing trades and stuff. It's not for everybody, and I know a lot of people who have tried it and lose a lot of money because it's not based on emotions. It's based on technical expertise. I know a lot of people who make a lot of money doing that. Me and the wife aren't those people. Unfortunately, we just buy it and we sit on it. If you are good at doing trades and stuff, sure, you can get into it now or wait till it drops down and buy it, sit on it, and wait for it to go back up. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Patty Lap was asking, when will the jab hit MSM and its effects on those that took it? It already starting to do that, okay, especially with the reports coming out from Pfizer. When the CEO of Pfizer sells all of his stock and makes a run for it, it kind of tells you everything you need to know. Okay, and it is starting to slowly come out if you're paying attention. It's all about the language that they're using. They won't directly say that this is happening. Okay. They'll flip it around where it's the Russians that did it. They'll try to blame somebody else instead of the people that are actually involved with the situation. So yes, they are talking about it, but they messing around with the narrative and making somebody else as the bad guy. Okay, so yes, they are starting to talk about it already. Okay, it's frustrating, but okay. Can we see Zilliqa? Yeah, well, we already covered that. You know, you aren't meant to shuffle tarot cards when a reading starts, right? In some theories of tarot card readings, yes, that would be one philosophy. Yes, shuffling cards is nothing wrong. I only look at tarot cards as a tool. Okay, I can do readings with flame readings or dice or no cards at all. I've done that. Yeah, there's different camps of thought and how to do things. Okay. And I've gone through many of the courses that do say you're not supposed to shuffle. You're supposed to shuffle it, a certain way, like this way, not like a deck of cards, because you're ruining the spirit of the cards. I just look at it as a tool myself. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. And thank you for coming from Twitter, or not Twitter, Twitch. One of our Twitch fans. Rosie says, thanks, Andre and Yvonne. She's not here today. She's at work at the hospital. Okay. Brad Hall was saying, hello, Brad, by the way. Right here from Winnipeg. KongTama has a circulating supply of 9 quadrillion tokens. Yikes. Yes, if there's no cap on the amount of cryptocurrencies, it's really hard to make money from owning those cryptocurrencies. It's like Dogecoin. Okay. And I'll explain why it's really hard to make a lot of money with Dogecoin, because there's no limit to the amount of coins that they can produce. Dogecoin's program does thousands of coins per day, and there's no limit. Okay, it's like fiat money; they just keep printing, so you don't have the benefit of scarcity. Where a Bitcoin, there's never ever going to be more than 21 million coins. Okay, as soon as 21 million coins is produced, which most of them already have, okay, it's like 18, 19 million coins that have been produced, no more will be produced. So now you have that scarcity model like gold or silver. There's a set amount of gold or silver, and if it's wanted by the public, then the price will rise. But if you keep producing Dogecoins to the ninth degree, it's really hard for it to go up in price. It's like Shiba Inu that doesn't have a set amount. Okay, I think they were talking about putting a burning feature or something within Shiba Inu to reduce the amount of coins. Same with Ethereum. Ethereum has previously had tons and tons of coins being produced every day. Now they had some burning mechanism, which now will raise the price of each Ethereum. Okay. But yeah, yikes. Okay, he does correct this. Will Kong Mama go up? But it's pronounced KongTama. So we'll put that one up. KongTama, never heard of it, but let's just throw some cards down for it, and we'll have a look. Now the question was, will it do well or go up? There's a lot of strife going on within the project itself. It seems to be a cryptocurrency that may not have the legs to move forward with its future. Okay, I think it was just thrown out there, and people are hoping that'll do something. There's a lot of these cryptocurrencies that do that. I think it's one of the ones that they're hoping something will happen, but probably won't. Okay, at least not in any huge way. Okay, it might, do the normal pump and dump, like many of the other cryptocurrencies that are out there, but I think it's going to be short lived. Okay. Blockchain, I guess he came in late. We already talked about, I'll put it on the screen. Will Zilliqa go? In many, many years from now, it's going to be quite well. But in this year, I don't think it's going to reach quite that dollar. It's going to get close, but not quite. So somebody was asking, please, can you read EGLD? Okay. I'm thinking that's Elrond, or I'm not quite sure, but let's have a look at it anyways. Okay. Whew. For whatever reason, this for the next 3 months, it's going to go through a lot of hard times with this cryptocurrency. They're going to be able to tame it, everything going on with it, but they're going to have a huge struggle with everything going on in that project. And the people that are associated with it are going to fall by the wayside, and they're going to have to scramble to get new people into the fray on this one. We got the Three of Swords and the Health, which means their goal and where they want to go. There's going to be something that comes in between that. Okay. So it's going to be disrupted in some way. Even now, if the programming is amazing and the people are amazing with it, something's going to come in and disrupt the whole apple cart, as they say. And it's going to be disastrous for the next 3 months. Could be a good buying opportunity after that 3 months, but for the moment, it's not the greatest. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question on that one. Okay. Oh, here we go. Brad Hall. Reading. This is our friend Brad Hall. Julie from Beyond Mystic did an astral chart reading and thinks that the April 30th eclipse will be the point where silver and crypto start to break out. Do you see this as well? Yes, we've been seeing that a little bit. Me and the wife. There's some other things that are going on behind the scenes. Of course, the American dollar is going, and anything connected to the American dollar is going to collapse, unfortunately. But there's going to be something else that comes into play to save our butts. But at that time, there's going to be this rush to own, and I keep mentioning this over and over again, that there's going to be this rush to own cryptos and gold and silver because of the faltering market. People really aren't paying attention to what's going on geopolitically and the ramifications of everything going on. It's the nicest way of putting it. And what the Fed is doing and the central banks are doing. They already know that it's going to collapse. Okay, so they're going to have to scramble into CBDCs, which is this, cryptos that are developed by countries. China already has one. So what we're going to see is this race to own cryptos, gold and silver and nickel, actually, are going to go up quite a bit. And it's because the regular people start to realize what's going on. Okay. They haven't clued in. So when they do clue in, and this is going to be very, very soon, okay, that their fiat currency is not worth the paper it's printed on. And it's already true now, but people are too comfortable. Once they become uncomfortable, then you're going to see this huge rush to own cryptos, gold and silver. And with that, because of lack, okay, or scarcity model like Bitcoin, okay, there's only so many coins that are out there on the market, Ethereum, Litecoin, that sort of thing. The price is going to go through the roof. Okay. If you're not already in the market on those coins, gold and silver, it'd probably be a good suggestion to get into those. And April 30th is probably the start of that, as people, regular people that don't watch my videos, start to clue in to what's going on. It takes them a long time, unfortunately, to clue in to what's going on. Okay. So let's have a thank you, Brad. That's a good question. Good morning, Andre. Not a girl. No A at the end, but that's okay. Will XLM follow XRP moves? Okay, that's a good question. That spelling mistake's gotten me into some fun, especially at summer camp, where I was put into the girls' cabin because they thought I was a girl. So they quickly realized that I was a guy, and they changed the whole thing and put me in the boys' cabin. Well, oh well. Anyways, so the question is, will XLM follow XRP moves? And the cards say no. Actually, we got the death card, so meaning that the connection between the two is going to be separated in some form. XRP is going to be disconnecting from XRP, XLM. Okay, so they're going to be separate entities, and XRP is going to start to have a life of its own, and the XLM will have a long journey ahead of itself, trying to figure out its place in the universe, as many of the other cryptocurrencies do. Okay, but XRP is going to go, and XLM is going to go down a tiny bit. Okay, because there's that separation. Okay, good question. Okay, we have our friend Nick Lafleur. Ask, $10 gas per gallon end of year? First thing, $8. So not quite $10, $8. Because the people will, the governments of the world are going to have to do something, okay, to resolve this issue. Because when fuel is at, what's that, $5, $6 right now per gallon for diesel. Okay, watch the diesel price, because that's going to be bringing up the price of all other goods, because it costs more to bring your stuff to the Safeway or the Sobeys or whatever, wherever you do your grocery shopping. And the price will be handed off to the customer. So when that happens, it's already happening, and I've made that prediction quite a while ago in one of my past videos. Of course, another reason why people are going to be going to cryptocurrencies, because they hold their value much, much better than fiat currency. There's going to be this huge shake, probably that April 30th. Okay, around in there, from the other readers online, where things are going to be switching a little bit to, so there's not great mobs actually storming the White House and doing things, and probably a change in leadership at that time globally. Okay, very good question, Nick. Okay, so Robert S. was asking, hello, Andre, would you tell me the time frame of when Electronium hits 150? I guess Electronium is still a thing. I think you could still mine it on your phone. I'm not sure. I used to do that back in the day when it first came out. It was a good deal back then. I knew many people that bought a bunch of cell phones from eBay or whatever for cheap, old used ones, and had a little mining farm for Electronium. Each phone was plugged in and going off of his internet, and they were producing Electronium every day. So he had his little mini Electronium farm. I don't know if that works anymore, but it's a interesting way of making some extra cash. Will it go to $1.50? Okay, let's have a look. Close, but not quite. I think it's going to be trailing along Bitcoin and all that, and Bitcoin being that magnet, I think it's going to get to $1 something, but not quite $1.50 in the next year or so. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. And here's a really good question. The other question was really good as well. When will the high inflation go back down? Very good question. I was seeing about 3-4 months once they stopped trying to tie everything to Russia, and everybody started to figure out that it was everything that set up the high inflation wasn't tied to Russia. It was actually Joe Biden, and here in Canada, Mr. Trudeau. His dad did the same thing, if you remember Canadian history. And he also did the whole smacking down on people back in the day. And it destroyed his party as a result. So when will inflation go down? I was picking up 3-4 months time. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, it's probably going to be around that April 30th mark. Okay, so what's it? March going into April, May. So it will start to recede around that time. Of course, not everything happens like that. They have to give a good reason why everything's correcting itself. Maybe they had a talk with Russia, or they were talking to the guy from Ukraine, and everything magically changed. So they have to make the scenario why everything's going up, and they blame a certain country. And then they're going to have to make a new scenario in the news. Well, why it's going down? Well, Joe Biden talked to somebody and it went well. But unfortunately, Joe Biden fell over, stubbed his toe or something. That's why the economy is going back to better. Okay. It's the whole thing where the money collapses and inflation and all that. We're at the point of no return. Okay. On the inflation. So they're going to either have to destroy the financial system as it is and restart. This is not the first time this has ever happened in history. Okay. And start off with something sound. Okay. Or switch everything to cryptocurrencies, which is part of it. And the other thing going on is starting a new system. This is what a lot of the other readers are saying, to a more sound system, a system based on gold and silver and cryptos. Okay. And that's going to be in that time period of around April. That will be the start of it. Okay. It may last for 7 years of all the repair that will be needed to get everything back to where it's tolerable. If you look at an annex chart, there's always this 7-year cycle. Okay. So when it hits a bottom like it is now, it's going to take about 7 years for it to regain strength. And that's, if you look back at history, this has been true all along. This last, high price market going well is only there because people have been printing too much money and propping it up with funny money to keep it from collapsing. Okay. So it's going to take a short time for the switch to happen, but it's going to take approximately 7 years after that till everything goes back to normal. Okay. But they're doing everything that they can to keep their power. Everybody in power often wants to keep their power, as we see with Trudeau and his combining with NDP. If you're not American, those are two different parties here in Canada, to give him a majority government, so he keeps his power and not gets his butt kicked by other entities. Okay, and I already know that there's going to be infighting and all that going on behind the scenes. Okay, we're almost at that hour, but that was a good question. Will UFO get to 1 cent? Yeah, we got to have a time on that. Could be a million years from now it gets to a penny, but let's see if it's going to be in the next 3 months. Okay. XYO. That's another reading. We've done that quite a few times. And let's just have a look at this one. And there's a really good question right after that. Will UFO get to 1 cent? You didn't specify a time period. I could say yes, but a long time from now. Will it get that three or within the next 3 months? Will it get to that 1 penny? Would be more specific. We got a yes, but then it's going to quickly go down a little bit after. It's going to be one of those whoop. So you got to be quick on getting that money from UFO that you put in there. And if you're quick and you get at doing the little trades, you can make pretty good money. So this is a good one from Russell, will Canada get rid of the carbon tax? Well, not willingly. Every time the government, doesn't matter if it's the Canadian government, the American government, the Zimbabwe government, once they got their hand in your pocket, they never take it out unless forced to. So that's a good question. We'll see if it's in the next year. Will they release the carbon tax within the next year? Okay. So it's a no within the year. Will they ever? Yes. But there's going to be a huge change in government and financial system. Okay. To allow that to happen. And that's probably sound money that's going to be coming in. And of course, the repairing of everything that they've done in the past is going to take that 7 years time to fix itself. And getting rid of certain players from the political scene. So it's going to take that amount of time to get rid of that crap and move forward as a civilization. Okay. And it all starts with me and you doing that, going to rallies, doing petitions, or just not participating in that situation. You right now don't need bank accounts anymore. I know it's scary. Me and the wife have thought of doing something like that, but you can live off of just Bitcoin. Okay, have Bitcoin as your bank account, so you're not fully participating in the old system. When you're thinking of it that way, of all this craziness going on in the world, just taking yourself out of that system and going on to a different system. So they can do whatever they want over here. You're more safe in the new system. And there are ways of, when you get paid from work, it goes directly into Bitcoin. And from your Bitcoin, you can pay all your bills. There are systems out there for that. In Canada, we have BitWage. Look it up on Google, where your paycheck can go right into cryptocurrencies. And then you can use a site called Bills, BYLLS. Okay. I think that's Canadian only. I think there's an American equivalent out there. I'm not quite sure, where you can pay all your bills from your Bitcoin. So negating any banking system. Okay. So it does exist. It's a pain in the butt to use at the moment because everybody likes the easy way of doing things. But when pressed, okay, I think people may go that direction very, very soon. Okay. We're almost at the hour, so I'm going to make some announcements, as I always do. Always grateful for the people that are coming out and having a fun at the show, asking many great questions. Will the IRS go away? Yes, but it's going to be that 7-year period. Okay. I was just looking at my chat here. Let's put my website back up here. No, hide. Aha, there we go. So make sure it's also in the description of the video, my new website. So everything you need to know about secondreadingsbyandre.com is on that site. If you like a personal reading by me, I got one scheduled for later today and one for tomorrow. So there's a lot of slots that are open for everybody. Go to Second Readings by Andre, email me, and we'll set up a time for that. If you would like to preserve your cryptocurrencies in a safe way, we also on the site, it's we got the Trezor wallet on there for sale as well. And what else? We got the Patreon thing going on. Make sure you check that out. And what else we got? I think that's all the big announcements going on. Okay, so Just a reminder, we do a live show here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark your calendars, and I'll see you then. And make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.